یه دونه از نوای موافقه هست صدام میشنوید. Better? Better?
I just echo.
Better? Yes. Okay. اوکی، من بابک هستم. خیلی ممنون از همه که آمدین. من یه دونه از نواهای موافقه هستم و الان میخوایم اگه با همه اوکی باشه چند تا کلمه بچه ها بگن. هر کی دارش میخواد یه چیزی از قلبش بگه بفرمایید بالا یه حرفی بزنین. شروع میکنیم با بهار.
Sorry, I wrote something long. Sorry if it's too long for him begging, I'll stop. My grandmother Mafara regrettably left this world late Monday night, leaving us with immensely heavy hearts filled with much grief and deep sorrow. She went all too suddenly for any of us to have time to prepare, as if there is even such a thing as preparing for such a tremendous loss. I must say, however, that my feelings are both of incredible relief that, unlike most, she was lucky enough to go quickly and peacefully without suffering through sickness or pain, and of intense heartbreak for the fact that we really didn't get enough of a chance to say our goodbyes. I think that the way that she went tells a lot about the mom Farah I've always known and loved. She had a very fun-loving nature about her. She always knew how to make a joke out of almost any situation. She was the kind of person who didn't care if you joked about her new haircut or you made her put on a crazy-looking wig for Halloween. She had a great sense of humor and a carefree nature, so she would often even laugh at herself. I think she and I had a particularly unique relationship in that we would joke around a lot with each other, or as Persians would say, "Sar be sar ham dige mizashtim." The most memorable times I've had with Ma Farah have usually involved her joking around with us and laughing about it later. She had this incredible ability to lose us in the mall without any exaggeration, hours at a time, only to come back saying, "Where are you? I've been standing here the entire time," all while trying her hardest to hold in her laughter. خودشون مخصوصا تو مغازه ها گم میکردن، بعد ساعتها بعد برمیگشتن میگفتن کجا بودی؟ من تمام وقت همینجا وایستاده بودم. خندهشون هم میگرفت که معلوم میشد که راستشون نمیگفتن. دیگه شوخیمون شده بود با هم. I remember once many years ago I was going to meet my friends at a club and Ma Farah needed a ride home from her house. I said, "Okay, Ma Farah, ولی زود بیاین دیرمه." As Persian goodbyes usually go, it took longer than I thought that it would. So apparently I was driving a little too fast for her. داشتم خیلی تون رانندگی میکردم که برسم قبل از 11. She would say, "وای تو رو خدا اینقدر تون نرو." And I'd say, آخه ما فرا اگر از 11 دیرتر برسم باید $20 بدم. ما فرا says, من $20 میدم یواش برو. I laughed and dropped her off safe. Amraksana was with us. As I was about to speed off, she hastily threw a $20 bill into my car through the window. I laughed and went to the club. Later she asked me, حالا قبل از 11 رسیدی آخرش یا نه؟ I said, آره اون روز $40 ساختم. And she laughed about it. Recently I had told her half jokingly that I'm becoming Buddhist. I was reading about Buddhism, but I wasn't really going to be. At first she laughed, and then to bug her a little bit, like I usually did, I continued. نه واقعا من میخوام از این به بعد بودیست بشم. She then one-upped me and said, چه خوب. بیا من یه بودا دارم بردار ببر. Lo and behold, we're soon leaving her place, lugging a 50-pound Buddha head, plus an additional 2 candlestick holders that she insisted matched the Buddha head perfectly. That's the kind of person I knew her as. So as you can see, Ma Farah was not only extremely funny, but she was also very generous, to say the least. I once asked her where she found this car air freshener shaped like Iran. She later gave me at least a handful of them, apologizing that that's all that she could get, since the guy at the store didn't have any more. I once asked her where she gets these skin-numbing patches. As usual, She said, "Don't you worry about it." Without the least bit of exaggeration, I still have a drawer filled to the rim with them. This never stopped her. Just last week, as my dad was leaving her house, she threw a handful of them down to him from her balcony and said to make sure I get them so that I wouldn't be in any pain. I unfortunately never got a chance to thank her for them. Sorry. But I'm sure that by making sure to take good care of my health, that everything's enough for her. Mohavana was superstitious. So she would do things like put money under my head as they're wheeling me off into surgery and hang evil eyes on and around me everywhere. She actually gave me this evil eye necklace I'm wearing today. I'm even wearing earrings. When she had given them to me a few years back, I said, "Come on, Mom Farah, you know I don't believe in that kind of stuff." And she replied with, "Midunam, حالا تو فقط بپوش." I'm wearing it today for you, Mom Farah. Mom Farah, I will forever miss having you as a part of our physical world. I will miss having you always laughing and joking with us, hiding from us when we go shopping together, and insisting on always sitting in the back seat, even once mentioning that you'd sit on Farhang's lap if need be, just so that I don't get car sick. Your place at each and every family function, holiday, birthday, wedding, or children's births from now until our day finally comes will always be empty. Just like the empty void that you've left in our hearts. But although we will no longer have you physically here with us, I know that your spirit will forever remain. It will live on in our memories and in the stories that we will tell our children and later to our grandchildren. It will live on in seeing my dad give that very same smirk you used to give after joking around with us that he just can't seem to hold back either. Your spirit will always continue to hide from me at the mall, make me your famous mouth-watering sholizer, and give me a whiff of the smell of the lubia putta you always made every time we came over, which, by the way, took me many years up until now to realize that the odd reason as to why you strangely always seemed to only make us lubia putta was that it was my mom's favorite dish. Thank you, Mom Farah, for all that you've done for me, for all the laughs you've given me, for all that you've indirectly taught me, and for being part of my life. At times like these, I think we should all remember that the way is not in the sky, the way is deep in our hearts. I truly believe, as they say, that we're not human beings who have occasional spiritual experiences, we're spiritual beings who have occasional human experiences. There's a famous Sufi saying that I love. That says, when the heart weeps for what it has lost, the spirit laughs for what it has left. Sufi‌ها یه چیزی میگن که واقعا به این عقیده اعتقاد دارم. وقتی که قلب شما گریه میکنه واسه اون چیزی که از دست داده، روح اون طرفی که از دست رفته میخنده واسه اون چیزی که به دست آورده. ما خیلی دوستتون دارم. بدونین که همیشه در قلب من هستین و همیشه اونجا میمونین. Thank you.
اوکی، من بعد از بهاره میگم و معمولا توی بچه ها پسر خاله هامون داریوشه که یه شعر معمولا می نویسه، ولی امروز ننوشتم. من فکر کردم جاشو بگیرم یه شعر واسه مام فرح نوشتم. ولی قبل از اینکه بدون شعر رو بگم، مام فرح من همیشه با هم دیگه شوخی میکردیم، واسه که فکر کنم با همه یه شوخی های خودشونو داشتن. شوخی ما این بود که همیشه بهشون میگفتم کوروش فیوریتونه. کوروش که اینجا وایستاده و واقعا واسه که هر روز به